The Morphy Richards Power Cyclonic Pets. A cheap bagless vacuum cleaner. The floor tool that I have for this one doesn't even fit. Well, it does. In the parking slot, it does fit, but you have to get it literally millimetre perfect. Oh look, the person ringing has stopped ringing. They got bored of waiting and died. So, we have a vacuum cleaner that looks like a training shoe. That doesn't perform like a training shoe. Apparently it makes a funny noise. There's no suction. My joke of that sounds like it's working absolutely fine got laughed at, and we now have it here to go through. So let's see what this thing's problem is and if we can do anything about it. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? Walk around to sit in front of you and tell you about, well, this thing. It is a Morphy Richards. I have no idea if this is the original floor head or not. Probably is actually, especially now I found there's so much going on in that parking slot. I really had to think about where it went. We have not got... we haven't got any telescopic tubes, although they are metal, so that's not bad. Pop that to one side. We have a hose with a push fit sort of job there, just like Hitachi used to, and a big chunky hand grip that actually reminds me a lot of the Amazon Basics. She probably shares some DNA with the Amazon Basics. Yes, we have a Russell Hobbs 17975 1800 watts non-bracket 2000 watts max. And in fact, actually, before we look at the machine, we do have some more tools as well that the owner gave in case I needed them. So that's actually one of the bags for the extension one. So this machine is obviously not very old for these to still be kicking around. Okay, that's actually quite nice to see, didn't it? Yeah, okay, yeah. 3 actual tools. A fairly terrible dusting brush. Again, it's Archie style of dusting brush. A little crevice tool and a fairly nice upholstery brush. So you know what, okay, fair play. Oh, we have another bag for the wands. And this, which is a completely unbranded turbo nozzle. This is what makes this thing able to be called pets. This one tool is just as shit normally, just with a tool. Biggest con, it fits on there, of the vacuum cleaner industry. It's just a standard machine with a really crap tool. Let's put the hose on and fire this up, see what cable we have. There's a little red bit. Okay, so that's, I'm sure I've seen a Hoover with that, that works well, with that mechanism before. And yes, it does lift up as well. I've seen that sort of Hoover. But we are plugged in. I don't know what the power on. Okay, that was full power. As long as I step on the hamster. So something isn't quite right. The disgusting mess on the back of that filter also indicates that all is not quite right. Everything falling out. Right, yeah, this isn't quite right. So, let us have a look. That's it without the filters in. That's really good. The filter is, Jesus, that is full. Ugh. Show you lot. I mean, you probably can't see it very well, but that is full of dust. Ugh. Well, it doesn't seem that full elsewhere, actually. It's not too bad. Does that not even come out? No, that doesn't even. Okay, that bit comes out. And there is a filter here, which, oh, actually, that, yeah. It's probably that, isn't it? It's a bit dirty, so I think we should go and fetch the bench vac and give it a bit of a tidy up. Well, there we go. That's about all we can do with that. So we'll put the pre-filter back in. We'll put the shroud back in. I don't know how it goes. There he is. Clip you up. Put the filter in, which is looking a lot cleaner. I wonder if that's the reason why it's squealing its head off. The seal's really not in very well either, but that should be being pushed down fairly well. That's a funny noise it makes, isn't it? Yeah, that's a lot better now. I'm wondering if the cause of its sounding like a pig being violated is to do with this seal face here. So we'll give it a quick wipe down. In fact, actually there's one in the front, so we'll do that as well. There we go. Oh, other way round. Yeah, that'll do. I'll put the post motor filter back on and let's test the power of this turbo brush. Wow! Oh, that works really well. Oh, I'm very impressed with that. That's excellent. We've got to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws apart to work out what its issue is. Bear with, because up here I do have a screwdriver. It's probably too big now, isn't it? No, aha. So we have a lovely quality turbo brush here, no expense spared at all in its manufacture. I think actually going by the parking slot, this is meant for floors. This is like Pneumatic did or do with Harry or Barry or whatever its name is, with the little stupid tiny, may as well just get an aero brush, heavy extra, with at least a proper size on it. Turbo head. They work really well, don't they? 'Cause this one does. Nearly there. Obviously the person. Wow! Okay, that'll do it. Crikey! Okay, yeah, no, yeah. Fair enough. I'm with you here, vacuum cleaner. Why the hell is there? Ah, from the fan. Oh my gosh! So this has seen some use. It has to be said. Let's give it a bit of a clean out. Right, so it doesn't its work, just, I had to almost put it back together because there's still loads of hair on those ends. Put the belts back through. We want to be doing this end first, don't we? This side even. Okay, so that turns. We need all of this off here actually. Oh, crikey. Oh, it's all in there as well. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get it off. I don't know if I'll be bothered. Probably have to do. It's not so mint. It's only a cheap little job. Quickly, rather than a full refurb with all the trimmings. And we've got to put some screws back in, even just to test it, because otherwise it all falls apart. and hopefully look at it go! Isn't it really powerful? Right, back in a minute while I work out what I've done wrong. Well, it's been taken apart 2 or 3 times. I've even gone about it with some oil and it stopped. Something is causing it to bind up. If we stick it in the bench vac, which has a lot more airflow it seems, it just stops as soon as you stick it on the floor. So that is a pile of rubbish. However, this seems to be working fairly well. So let's use the other floor head, see how it does. So we'll use the straight suction head because I imagine that we might do a pass with both. On full and see what happens. Wait for that to well. It's struggling. No, it's still not working great, is it? Oh, well, because there's already a lot of dirt on the filter, all of the rice is coming out the other end. Oh, oh, it's one of those. I think it works absolutely fine. Personally, I think its issue is just that it's a bit rubbish. So, back out with the bench vac. I can find the crevice tool, there it is. Well, all seems to be in order. I think it's just crap. Personally, I think that is working. I mean, it's quite powerful. This is just... I think it's just a bit terrible, really. I mean, look, even that's the extent that the brush comes out. Barely even over the top of the brush roll. Yeah, I think that's just how it is. I think the bench vac has so much more airflow than this. It's not even funny, so it is fixed. Oof. In the loosest sense of the word, because it's still crap. That floor tool is basically destroyed, the turbo head. Meh. But, you know, it is what it is. It is a... Oh, let me get out of the way for the final summing up. There we go. It is a cheap vacuum cleaner. Unfortunately, it's working about as well as it's ever going to. Unfortunately, 4V1's very strong though. There we are. I think, yeah, this is just as good as this particular machine is going to get. So, yeah, foiled by, not even, I would say, a filthy filter. Just a little bit dirty. So, there we go, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.